This is iDesign Lab, a podcast where creativity and curiosity meet style and design. Curator of interiors, furnishings, and lifestyles. Hosted by Tiffany Woolley, an interior designer and a style enthusiast, along with her serial entrepreneur husband, Scott. iDesign Lab is your ultimate design podcast, where we explore the rich and vibrant world of design and its constant evolution in style and trends. Today on the iDesign Lab, we're stepping inside the world of high-stakes luxury, bold design, and unapologetic ambition with Hillary Musser. From closing over $150 million in real estate to building stunning homes from the ground up, and now starring on members-only Palm Beach, Hillary is redefining what it means to design not just spaces, but an entire lifestyle. This is a conversation about vision, risk, and building something extraordinary.
Welcome to the iDesign Lab podcast. Today we're joined in studio with Hillary Musser. Welcome, and we're so happy to have you here in Delray Beach. She is the whole package of design, style, and a powerhouse. So welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're so happy to have you here. So tell us start at the beginning a little bit. Introduce yourself.
Wow, the beginning of time, the beginning of my life, the beginning of my career.
Well, you're doing so much. We're kind of.
I know.
Is there a place where it all kind of started, you think? Or?
Yeah, probably. This is Hillary Musser. I'm the CEO of 3 different companies. Hillary Musser Homes, my development company. Hillary Musser Interior Design. And Hillary Musser Real Estate. So I have a brokerage firm. Mm-hmm. I became a broker when I decided that I wasn't going to get the first pick of the empty lots or tear downs before they came on the market, unless I was in the mix.
Right.
Okay.
And then I became an interior designer in 2000. I used a very famous designer in Philadelphia for my own houses for a few years, and then I realized I was making all the choices.
And you liked to
and I liked my style better.
Yeah.
But he was a great guy. Or he's a great guy. In any event, the house building also came like by happenstance. None of it was planned.
Also organic.
No, I had a different company. I had my MBA. I'm an entrepreneur. I was consulting. We consulted to, had about 80 employees. We were consulting to nonprofits in the area of earned revenue, and we also created product. So I did the first IMAX movie ever on the Olympics in 1998 in Nagano, Japan. I went to the IOC. I got the rights. Got Frank Marshall and Kathy Kennedy to do to be the producers for the movie. And it was a passion project for me. We got the Home Depot to sponsor. It was not a huge financial success. We didn't lose money, but
well, then that's okay.
Yeah. But I had a great time doing it.
And I learned a lot.
Yeah, I learned a lot. And during that period of time, so go back to 1995, when I started going to Nantucket with my then boyfriend, Pete Musser. We stayed at the Wawinna for a year, and then the next year we rented, and then we bought some property. So we start building during the winter, and we flew up. We just went up unexpectedly in the middle of winter on his company plane. We just decided one day to go
see what
check
it's like
on the
in
house
winter.
and not tell them we were coming.
And what did you find?
We found the top of the cottage, which was on the dune, off the whole roof, and the house itself was filled with sand.
I was exposed.
Yeah, so it was like a 3,000 square foot cottage and no roof and this high in sand. And then the foundation to the actual house was supposed to have been poured, and it wasn't poured yet. So we called up the guy. I won't say his name because he's maintained still a building company, I believe, on Nantucket.
What's going on
had
here?
no excuse, and we'd paid him for the foundation. So we're you're fired, and
I'm doing it.
I looked at Pete and I said, those guys who did our we bought this little house on the lake in the Poconos from a friend of his to help him out. Like, we didn't even want it. And I said, this place is terrible. And I hired some contractors, gave them plans, and we never went to check. And we showed up and it was perfect.
Okay. So you knew there was a different way.
These guys are so good. Maybe they would come here.
Okay.
So bada bing, bada boom. I had a building company, Barkley Find Homes, named after my standard poodle, Barkley. And hence we went forward. And we had a wonderful,
Working relationship.
Yeah. I mean, they were all a team. And I'm sorry for my voice. I have like a strained vocal cord. And they really worked hard to build that house. And we started to buy other lots.
In
So
Nantucket.
this is the start of you doing development and...
It's the start. We bought a house there for them. We flew them back and
I was
forth
gonna
to
say,
see their
was it
families. They
different?
were all married or whatever. And they went back and forth every few days. One would go
all
back
the different
to see
trades
his wife.
and
The different trades, we used the island people. There was no way around that on Nantucket.
Right.
If you wanted to play there, you had to
use all
pay
the
them.
subs.
But they all loved my crew so much. They were all carpenters. You stick frame up there, not like here.
I know, totally different ball game, right?
So they were all carpenters. They framed the house, but we used local everything else. So they had we earned a lot of respect very quickly because of their work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
They were 7 days a week. They had nothing else to do there.
So at this time, were you diving into the interior part as well, the interior design?
That was at the time when I said, you know what,
all the selections, all the specifications.
I'm going to do this myself. Yeah.
And it has a certain aesthetic there too. So were you partial to that aesthetic, or were you, totally changing it up a little bit?
I was partial to the aesthetic.
I know, I love it there.
It's very cottagey. If I was on the cover of Country Living magazine with that particular cottage that was filled with sand many, many years ago. I was in Classic American Homes, I think, Nantucket magazine. I got published a lot for
your work,
cottage type work there. Yeah, it was fancy. It was fancy cottage.
A lot of entertainment.
So somehow you ended up in Palm Beach where you're doing these magnificent homes now.
Fast forward, we then got married in 2000. I had Cooper in 2003.
Okay.
He's 22 now.
Oh, wow.
And I'd say in 2005, at our house in the Poconos, I discovered, an infidelity.
Oh, jeez.
And I got very
upset,
pissed. and I basically, within 5 months, picked myself up and I decided to move to Nantucket.
Year round.
Yeah, that was not the best idea. I loved my house in Nantucket. We had a beautiful house in the ocean. And I was like, I have to get out of this town, Philadelphia. It's like his town, not my town.
Right.
And very quickly, all of my friends who did the snowbird thing, Nantucket, Palm Beach, said, all right, you're moving to Palm Beach, Hillary. You're going to last here till October, maybe mid-October. You live on the ocean on a dirt road with no streetlights, like the boogeyman is going to come get you in the middle of the night. Like, it's so scary.
Is this in Nantucket?
Yeah. It's like bitter.
Directly on the east,
the water.
looking at London. I mean, it's like nothing out there. It's empty.
Just darkness
It's
at
black.
night. Yeah.
Everything is dark at night, right? And I'm like, oh, yeah.
It's going to be hard to reinvent there, right?
Yeah. It was myself, my nanny, and Cooper.
And your son.
And everyone was like, are you crazy? Like, that's so not going to work. So
Palm Beach it was.
A friend of mine's husband was flying down. So he said, come.
Join us.
He had a plane. He said, come come, you can stay at our house. I have some business to do for 2 days. And in one day I bought a house. I bought a house on Woodbridge. It's funny. I saw a house on the Lake Trail. I almost bought it. It was $5 million on the Lake Trail, brand new construction. It was like a Bahamian style, beautiful house.
British West Indies.
You know, I don't really like that bike trail there.
Yeah, it's busy.
It's a little, I don't like a ranch style house. And I bought this gorgeous, you know, Mediterranean.
Okay, like, so you did do Mediterranean.
Mansion type house that was brand new that the Glazers, Jill and Avi lived in. And I joke with them, you know, they just opened Glazer Hall and they're so lovely. This was like your starter house. I mean, because this is not the, you know, it's a nice house, but it's not a Glazer house. You know what I mean? And I was like, well, I was honored to have their starter
that
house.
on. Yeah,
and,
had good energy. Probably
it was built by
good bones.
Ecclestone, so I was the second owner.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and it was cool. It was cool. And
so that's where you put your Palm Beach roots down.
Yeah, my first house there on that street right next to Mar-a-Lago, and the house itself came with a free membership to Mar-a-Lago, which he gave to everybody when he was building the club.
Okay,
and so. I automatically had, you know, some built-in friends.
That goes back quite a few years.
I was pretty young. I was 40. And
what a fun time.
I was like the youngest member there.
Yeah, what a fun time.
But it was a fun time. There were other young members. And then, you know, Barron came along like the next year or a year after Cooper. So there's some kids for him to play with and 3 or 4 other young boys. And we had a great time. And, you know, candidly, it was not a political place.
No.
You know, when we mention the word Mar-a-Lago, there's all kinds of political intonations that go with it today.
Right.
I mean, I think Trump was a Democrat back then,
actually. Right. Isn't that people need to pay attention, right?
Yeah. You know, had nothing to do with politics.
Right.
And I only say that in sort of, you know, to...
tongue-in-cheek, I get you.
To say that it's changed so much, you know, that if you're trying to be apolitical on a show like this, you can't even mention the word.
I know, but when you think of design and like all the layers of Mar-a-Lago, to me, it's just such an appreciation. And I think it's so awesome that it is open for people to actually enjoy. It's an amazing
piece of architecture, piece of
property. It is. And I think it's just great that it's right here. So obviously from that time, you've seen Palm Beach go gangbusters.
Right.
I mean, what a transformation. And I mean, I feel like because I grew up in South Florida, you know, Palm Beach was always just this beautiful oasis, very quiet. You know, you always would wear a skirt or a dress if you went for lunch on Worth Avenue. Like it was proper. Where I feel like now, not that it's not all of those things, but it's there and it's more present than ever.
Right. I mean, a lot has changed, you know, and you've gone from Worth Avenue to being a hustle bustle to being dead to now being a hustle bustle again, just as an example.
Right.
I mean, take the real estate prices in the last decade.
I mean, that's what I mean. Like, how can you even wrap our heads around these
In the last decade, they're up 187%.
Yep.
There's 90 homes right now in 33480, so not condos, but homes that are on the market. That's an all-time.
90.
That's low. 90 homes only.
Yeah, there's
no inventory.
No inventory.
And, you know, the same in the, you know, I'll call it the corridor of West Palm Beach from Dixie to the Intercoastal.
Right.
From, you know, maybe the hospital south to the end of South Flagler. There's only 90 homes there. So inventory is so low, demand is so high, 200 new financial institutions coming in.
I know. And they're all coming to West Palm.
No, there's 200 coming, yeah. Or on the way here. Or already started here. So 200 new ones.
You really watched this explosion, basically, in your market and in your place.
Yeah, the working people were kind of few and far between in the beginning. I knew them because my kid was in school. Mm-hmm. But there was like nobody really, at Mar-a-Lago, who actually was really, the older crowd that was really down there working. It was not a working community.
No.
So it was
You're
almost
right.
hard to find things in common with people. For me, I would go to parties. People would be like, "Aren't you staying for cards?" And I'm like, if I had a lunch birthday or something, and I was like, "Yeah, no, sorry, I have somewhere to go."
That had to be a shock for them in a way.
I also had started a venture capital firm with my ex-husband, who's now deceased, called the Musser Group. And so when I came here, I was recruited by Sean Heininger and John Scully to work with them.
Okay.
In Boca.
Yep.
On their South Ocean Growth Equity fund, capital, whatever. And I did that for a few years.
Did you work? You worked there?
Yeah.
So they really respected your input and what you brought to the table.
Well, I was raising money for their companies. That's always respected.
So how did you?
Anybody who brings in the money is respected.
Yes,
what
so
made
cool.
you decide that you're going to start building and decorating and selling $40, $50 million homes?
I did it in Nantucket.
That's a busy.
I did it in Nantucket for many years.
At that scale, that size, and
yeah, I mean, I think my first house I sold for $10 million. The next one for almost 13 or 14 million back then. In the 90s, that was a lot of money.
correct.
Yep.
Right? Those houses are
Now 50 million probably.
I don't know about that,
but close.
yeah. So the scale was always the same. The design intent was always the same, except the design changed, but high-end design, not spec quality.
Right.
A house I would live in if I had to.
Right. Yes.
At all times. Maybe I built a couple off of the water behind Moore Zen Farm there that were more speculative, beautifully done, but upper end furniture, but not the top of the top.
So where do you go to find your inspiration for these homes? Like, do you shop the markets? Obviously travel is a big inspiration, I'm sure, but where do you find your inspiration?
So I start with one item, one style.
Okay.
So while the home I live in, I decided that I really liked the style in that season of furniture from Zenota.
Okay.
There were many pieces that they have the right to reproduce from famous furniture architects from the 1920s.
Amazing.
Beautiful pieces from all kinds of, and in fact, many of those pieces are in original form are the most expensive pieces of furniture in the world. So I would buy the reproductions of them, but they're not reproductions like copies.
No, I understand.
They're certified by the family.
They're licensed, yeah.
Licensed and everything like that. So then I went with all Zenota. In other words, I thought that it was more cohesive. And then I would sprinkle in things like Fornasetti. I'm all Italian now. Everything I do is Italian.
Yeah.
I won't put anything in the house that's not made in Italy. I think they do the best quality work of anybody in terms of furniture, kitchen, porcelain tile is always Florim.
Yes.
Doors, I'm using Garofoli now in my current house. So this next house, I picked Poltrona Frau. I absolutely loved
Beautiful.
their Archibald chair. I went from there to expand on the whole collection. And I also, it's relationships, right? So the guy from Zenota went to Poltrona Frau. So I may not have walked in the door but if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have
Right, you were drawn to it.
gone with it,
Yes, you were drawn.
Although, Francesco, don't listen to this, it wasn't only him that brought me there. It was the style of the furniture that I fell in love with. So we have, the ability to make the house look each room be a different experience, but still cohesive.
So when you're obviously being influenced by all these beautiful furniture legacy brands in Italy, where did the architecture component fall in? Was that before or after the furniture?
Well, the architecture, would be directed by me through an architect.
Right. Okay.
So in Nantucket,
it was the cottage.
Well, there were 4 buildings on that first property. There were 3 cottages that existed, and then I added a new house. The cottages you wanted to keep because you can't replace them. They were sitting on the dune. That was a unique property with multiple outbuildings on it.
Okay.
One of them literally right on the dune. You could never build there again.
Right, okay.
Nantucket being very highly controlled by the Historical Association. Everything is the same.
Isn't Palm Beach kind of like that too?
No.
No?
When you go to Nantucket, everything is shingled.
Yes, true.
It's very
cohesive.
rare to see a house, and it would have to have been that way, that's not shingled on the side. Mostly white. If you go another color, it's like under severe scrutiny. But, there is some precedent for other colored trims in certain places, like the Nantucket Golf Club is a dark green trim. I have a friend's house that's like a sky blue trim.
Yeah, the blue.
But that was there.
Yeah, so it was acceptable.
Color was there. There's no building, a different kind of house on Nantucket. You have to love that house, kind of style house.
Right.
You can do whatever you want inside.
Yeah. So
Palm Beach has so many different types of architecture. You have Wyeth, you have Meisner, you have Maurice Fascio, you have British colonial architecture, you have some contemporary.
Very little, but
there's a few. Hard to get past, but they've done it.
Yep.
Same in West Palm Beach. I built the first contemporary house in 2017 that was in the historical district of Prospect Park.
Wow.
Under much opposition.
So you did have opposition that you went against when you were...
I only had 100 neighbors sign a petition that they didn't want it. And when I
Welcome to the neighborhood.
My friend Sean Heiniger, who was my partner at South Ocean on the list, boy, did he get it. I go, are you kidding me? He goes, it was a lot of peer pressure.
But you persevered.
I convinced the board that if you have, a historical section of town and you're trying to preserve architecture from each decade, how is it that your last, piece of architecture is something that was built in the 70s, right? Don't you want to see the architecture
evolve
of today?
Yes, true.
30, 50 years from now?
Right.
Is anybody going to remember this decade?
That's actually a great point.
A house here from this decade?
Yes.
Now, of course, they don't want them everywhere, but they allowed it. And then after me, they allowed another one that was very modern on the water, but not two right next to each other. So my next one that I built was, very British West Indies.
Okay.
It's a house I live in.
Okay.
But very contemporary on the inside.
I understand.
Right?
I love that.
So, and I actually love it too. So
I love the eclectic mix of.
Yeah. You just, and that woman, Frederick Mittner, who happened to run, the historical commission in West Palm, now runs the one in Palm Beach, and prior to that came from Nantucket.
Oh my gosh.
So I know her very well. And I understood what her goals were.
Right. And
so I worked with her. So she said, hey, if you're going to build the first modern house and you've got 2 roof lines, can you make one pitched?
Okay.
And one flat. I don't want to see a complete flat roof.
Really?
That's so cool. We're doing a pitched roof. I think that's really chic with modern. It's a little mid-century.
Right. And that's what I did. And it was great. It was no detriment to the house and gave that area of the house an attic. So was fine.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of houses, or you've done a lot of houses. Typically, are you doing multiple at one time, or do you normally focus on a project and then when that sells, start the next? Or
Yeah. I mean, since I'm financing them myself, without any partners, one at a time is all that this one-man band here
focus on, right?
Do you have a team? Because they're magnificent, the houses that you're doing.
Thank you.
I mean, just every
the
little
layers of detail.
Well, I have an assistant now, Marjorie, who's right over here. She helps. I mean, typically I bring in people to do certain things. I don't have an in-house team. I am the team.
That's amazing.
So
That's
you're doing
truly
all
amazing.
the selections. Are you laying it out?
I have a draftsman.
Okay.
So every bathroom you'll receive an elevation.
Right.
That will have exactly where every tile goes.
Right.
How to cut it, where to put the niche, where to put the toilet and wherever. On which tile, on which grout line. Very, very detailed. He's very.
So you're involved in all those little details.
I have to meet with him 100 times to get a deck done for a 13-bathroom house.
Yeah.
After I pick the tile, and he's given the specs for that tile, then I give him the samples, then he goes to work. Yeah. So it's quite a process. And in the case of the first two houses that I built, I was the owner builder, general contractor. So I was buying the nails, the studs, the drywall. I do have a general contractor, Seagate Capital Construction. They're doing a great job. We're just getting our CO.
Okay.
Like as in we might have
one.
it. We might have it today or
on a new project.
On this house, our certificate of occupancy on the house, 6315 South Flagler Drive. Modern, contemporary, wonder. It really is beautiful.
That must be so exciting to now see it come together. So will you be installing all your furniture soon?
I think I sent you a clip.
I would love.
Did you see
the
clip? Yeah. Sent you some that was recent drone footage.
Amazing.
That was done last Monday. So we brought over a really sleek Italian boat for the 100-foot dock.
I saw that. It's gorgeous. Beautiful.
I'd like to have kept that boat, but, another 4 mil and you can have the boat too. It does include all of the Poltrona Frau furniture.
Okay, it does.
And it does not include the art because, I've Provident Gallery and Jorge Luis Santos from Miami and, a couple of other galleries have, given me art to put on the wall that's available but not included.
And so it's a whole experience then when you're showing this magnificent home. I mean, you're very connected to every detail.
Right.
And you are like the owner, operator, builder, interior designer, and marketing.
How involved are you in the actual sell of it?
Well, I do sell it. I am.
You are the broker.
So you're the broker.
I'm the broker. I'm the listing
whole
agent.
package.
I'm the broker.
So
you're very, very unique in terms of houses that are being sold. But you're in every aspect of it, and it's your baby.
Yes.
I mean, most people who are doing those homes and then turning it over to a real estate agency that's handling that. I mean, I think of one other person that we know. I don't know if you're familiar with Frank McKenney.
Oh, no.
Frank was doing homes along in Manalapan in that area on the ocean. There were 20, 30 million.
Like back in the 2000s.
Yeah, but
20 or 30 million back then?
Yeah. But he would
on the ocean though. So now they're 100
but he wouldn't,
million,
he would hand it over to a real estate company, but they would do a big opening and a show. But he always did some sort of event, like he would come from the ocean on a boat, like James Bond in a tuxedo on a jet ski, and then jump off, and there'd be 150 real estate agents from all over there, and then he'd run up the sand, and then he'd grab onto some rope that was on a crane that would pull him up to the roof. And then he'd be on the roof like James Bond and like fought a villain or some person.
Always like an actor.
That's fantastic.
It was a big he would put on this big show. That was like
it was a production.
Oh yeah.
And when you would arrive at the house, like he wouldn't, you never knew where he was going to eventually come.
Oh, so people came just to see his show.
Basically,
which attracted a lot of the real estate, the world in South Florida to go see. We went to a few of them over the years, and it was always like a wild party that he put on to present his house. Here's my new home.
Which isn't far from what you have done. I mean, now with the reality show.
Yeah, you're doing it from a social media standpoint.
Well, right. I did a big launch party during the Netflix show. It for some reason they cut it.
Oh, wow.
Which I was really unhappy about because it was fabulous. We had filled basically a house with studs in it and no drywall with furniture and overflowing with seafood and champagne everywhere. We had brought in the big grand piano, and we had the conductor of the Israeli Philharmonic playing the piano.
Like a real theatrical presentation.
But apparently there wasn't enough drama between the girls that night. And, I really learned my lesson because I was playing hostess.
Right. You were on.
I would have liked, because it was really a big reason I did the show.
Right, to promote.
And they didn't put that in the show.
We had a red carpet. I had the most outstanding porta potties you've ever seen. They were just
like something to see in and of itself.
They were worth filming. And at the end, the EP thought it was in the show, and somehow it was replaced. And I guess that's show business.
It is. So tell us how you got involved in that.
A friend of mine who I didn't really know that well said, hey.
So we're talking about members only.
Members only.
Yeah, we were
on Netflix.
At a tennis party to raise money for, I think it was Israeli tennis kids or whatever. And she goes, I'm probably going to be on this show. They're casting right now. I think you'd be great. Can I give your phone number to this woman, Danny?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, sure. Why not? And the next thing you know, I'm being interviewed on Zoom. I meet the executive producer, Johnny. Yeah. And I don't know, like 3 months later.
You're filming.
We're filming a pilot. And after we filmed the pilot, he shopped it, but he already pretty much had it pre-sold to Netflix.
Okay.
They really loved the idea of a Palm Beach show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's kind of been trying to film here
for a long time.
And now all of a sudden there's like 3 shows being filmed here.
Right.
So what was that experience like for you? Like a positive experience? I mean, I'm sure there was always positives about it, but what was the most surprising?
Do you enjoy it?
I had a great time. I really did. I had a great time. I didn't really love the drama part of it.
That's what everybody kind of says, right?
I didn't sign up for that. It was sold as an elevated, Palm Beach lifestyle country club show. But the reality is that you can't get into the country clubs. So you have to recreate or be just talking about those experiences.
Right. Yes.
And you really realize that that the trajectory of what you want to talk about and what you want to show might not be in line with what the producers.
Mm-hmm.
So did you guys have meetings ahead of each filming, or like, we're going to take it down this way? Because it's not scripted,
You
correct?
get a call the night before from the producer and he says, okay, this is what we're going to be doing today. You film for like 10 weeks straight, sometimes 6 days a week. Never 7, but 6. They get a day off. And sometimes you're filming different scenes at the same time. There's multiple camera crews.
Mm-hmm.
When I did events at my house, there were 50 people in the garage, 4 camera crews, and then all the people in the back. And it was quite a production. I did the first party of the season, and I did multiple other events too.
To showcase the house and the property and what you do.
Yeah, I mean, that was just my storyline. You know, I had a
Right.
yacht wedding. I did the launch party. It was a big party that, you know, I'm still waiting for them to give me the footage because
You can
I would
use
love
it.
to show it. I mean, the house wasn't done, and candidly, you know, there was no none of the architecture on the outside. The fins, you know, were put on. There was no furniture. Certainly, there was no kitchen. There was nothing. But it was great. It was great.
What a
It
fabulous experience.
it was such a cool party. But that isn't a real launch party. I then did a real launch party in February. I did a real launch party for the brokers. But now that I'm hearing this story, I wish I had rented a boat, flown in on the boat, jumped off.
You could still relaunch, right?
And then maybe I would have.
You'll be doing another house. So
I don't know if I would rope myself up to the roof, but you know,
a little Cirque du Soleil somewhere in there.
I don't know. You know, maybe
Swing from the chandelier, or
no,
Yeah.
Frank did a lot of really
You'll have to look
interesting,
him into it.
like wild.
That sounds.
But you left that evening going, that guy's nuts, and that was entertaining.
And he sold them fairly quickly.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So
And you know, I'll tell you, interesting is that in every house that he did, like there'd be a glass elevator, 2-3 stories. You'd get in the elevator, and as you rode up, the mural on one wall was him. Like it was because on the
He
ocean.
left his
So
mark
the bottom was like you were
everywhere.
at the bottom of the ocean, then you were at top of the sea, then you were in the sky. But in the ocean, it was him painted as like King Neptune. And then as you get up in the air, it was like him in a hot air balloon. And I would say to Tiffany, like, who's going to
wants
buy
that?
this house with him, like, on the walls?
Oh,
And
that's
so I
hysterical.
went to him and I
Funny.
said,
Left his
I go,
mark.
Frank, how are you going to sell this house with your cell phone? They'll just paint it over it. I'll paint it over it when we sell it.
Was always
That's
like
great.
a little
Yeah.
gimmick. Yeah, it was.
I
fun.
honestly have
But-
never heard that.
But what's
story.
interesting is it made people talk. People talked about it. So people went to the house just to see.
what he was gonna do.
Yeah. But I think that he got a lot of probably people that weren't real buyers.
Sure.
Yeah, more about the display.
But getting the top brokers there is the key.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the key.
And getting
Yeah.
them engaged, getting them
Right.
to,
right to sell,
yes, yeah.
and that's what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you, when you're doing these spectacular major homes, is there one element that you think is going to be like your selling tool each time that you add or change? Like I know like golf simulators are like a thing, and like there's all these little, on these big homes that people are like, what's different and unique, like a hair salon, all that good
Yeah.
stuff.
So I always put a hair salon in. That happens to be fantastic closets is unique to,
yes, of
to all of
course.
my designs, and really unbelievable kitchens. I mean, the kitchen that I put in this house is so off.
It is.
Well, one of them we watched, the kitchen's magnificent, but then there's a kitchen off of that kitchen.
So in this house,
So you're building houses, which I think is really fantastic, is you're not just building beautiful, magnificent homes for a person to live in, but they're also homes that are really livable, meaning
Right.
that like everything that you need to be comfortable living in it,
Right.
you're thinking about,
right. So there's
which
this-
we see.
And appreciate,
Yeah,
obviously.
because like
It's what
Tiffany
we
does
do.
these homes and I'll see them before. Like, why would a person build a house like just little stupid things? Like, there's no garbage. There's no cabinet in the kitchen to put garbage. Like,
well,
why
'cause
would
they're just
someone?
not well thought out?
No,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's what happens when you just work with an architect. I always kind of say that. Like, it's that interior architectural component.
Yeah, I just take over the inside. I don't let them design the inside.
That's the same with Tiffany.
You know, they lay out the rooms. I always redo them and tear that apart. Their closets are too small. Their bathrooms are too small.
yeah.
It's always the same. In this particular house, I said, look, whoever buys this house is going to have a staff.
Yes.
So
Right.
likely a
what's
chef.
the
manager.
size of the house that you?
It's 13,500, say 11,500 under air, roughly. It's got everything you want. You have a movie theater, which I
Mhm.
always do.
Right,
Yep.
theater. What made you put the pool on the second floor?
That's
I lived
really
5 streets down when I first moved to West Palm Beach on the corner of Potter and Flagler. My pool was in the backyard, and it was where everybody hung out. I had a bar and a covered seating and uncovered seating, whatever. And I used to say, I could be anywhere. And I've paid a lot of money to be on the water, and I can't see the water.
Exactly.
Yeah, so for anyone listening and watching, you have to go look at her house because it's putting a pool on the second floor, and it's exactly when I saw her. What a magnificent view. And how you talk about it as well.
It was the only way to do it. Then there's another house on the street that has that pool in the front yard. It's hard to sell because people feel like maybe a little invaded,
Who would think that?
They can, if they drive by and, you can kind of see somebody in the pool on the second floor. You can't see them. It's far enough back.
Yeah.
So I feel like the second story pool was where it was at. And the way we built this house was just so outstanding. I had this pool engineer. He was amazing. It was hard to find somebody to do a second story pool because of the liability of it. So he designed it to also to protect himself,
right.
A pool within the pool. So you have one pool that you build, you put 4 or 5 drains in it. Those drains go through the concrete,
like an engineering
and down the concrete wall,
feat.
and then out into the ground. Every gunite pool will sweat.
Huh.
Think about the temperature changes.
Correct.
Yeah, especially
Yep.
here.
Okay, so it's concrete. I don't care how well you waterproof it, they sweat. So the pool will never leak, even though it's also above only the garage. It's double insurance to have the pool within a pool. So there was no expense spared on the quality of the building. Things that you don't see. You don't see a drain, a scupper, nothing. They're all hidden in the walls of the entire house.
Unbelievable.
We used, not 5,000, but like 6,000. I don't know. We used the best concrete. We used the best, thickest metal studs, the thicker drywall. We used everything for
The top.
Higher quality.
the top. The kitchen itself is $1 million from Poltrona Frau. It's just unbelievable.
It's magnificent.
With Ferrari leather everywhere. They make all the seats and dashboards for Ferrari. People have heard me talk about Poltrona Frau so much.
Yeah.
People think I'm married to the company somehow or to someone there. Even my builder teases, what about us? We built the house, Seagate.
Here we are,
You're
remember?
like having a relationship with Poltrona Frau. And
He's like to say their name.
but the only reason is because a lot of people have never heard of Poltrona Frau.
I've always appreciated their details.
Right.
That's from, reading magazines for so many years.
Well,
like
if you're an
Architectural
expert, but the
Digest.
average person,
No,
do
does
they know
not.
who they are?
And they probably love that you're bringing them to this market too.
Well, right. I mean, they have a store in the Miami
Design
district,
District.
and I think they'll probably end up opening
In Palm
something.
Beach,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, they'll open something here, but still, it's a name that not everybody's familiar with, and so that's why
Why you want it.
I want it. And
Yeah.
and it's the first kitchen they did in the United States. It's the first wine cellar they've done, wine room, very unique, and everything is perfect. Like the wine room was supposed to have little pockets for each bottle of wine, and when it arrived, it didn't. So they're remaking them, right?
Yeah.
Everything
They care.
They care.
They do. And that's priceless, really.
Right. They want everything with their name on it perfect. So it works out really well. The relationship is good.
So, since you've been in Palm Beach now too for the last almost 20 years, aren't you amazed at how Palm Beach has evolved as becoming a little design destination?
Yes. I mean, it used to be very annoying that you'd have to go down to the
Dakota
design.
or
The Dakota, you
Miami.
can roll a bowling ball through now. And then they
It's
moved
so
to
sad.
around the corner.
Yes.
Yeah, the Dakota's beautiful
Building. Beautiful. I know. And it was such a nice
Buildings.
time too. Like you'd park once.
Well, someone did something
You
really
know.
wrong there to let all of that just kind of go away from what
It must have
was.
been overcharging.
That's what they were doing. Yeah.
And they weren't getting people there. They weren't doing that kind of events or whatever they needed to do to get people there.
Yep.
I mean, I hope it reinvents itself at some point.
I hope so too. But it's amazing to me because I feel like since then, obviously the design district popped up in Miami, but now I'm seeing Palm Beach have such an influx of showrooms and becoming destinations there.
Right. So a lot of showrooms are opening in Palm Beach. I mean, a lot of people don't want to schlep down to the design district. It's the traffic is so untenable that, the bigger brands really need to move to West Palm Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, they seem to be starting
They
to.
really are.
Yeah.
It's like a wild thing for me.
Do you go to market? Do you go to High Point for?
She's, I think, more Paris.
I've
No, but there's a lot there.
Yeah, there is.
I went for
Salone is really the event to go to in Milan.
Right.
It just happened last month. But, I work out of the New York showroom for Poltrona Frau and for Florim. I work directly with the presidents of both of those companies. I'm working at a different level. We're designing unique things from the factory. I mean, not in tile, obviously. I'm not designing my own unique tile, but we're doing unique designs together and collaborating together, especially with the show and everything, and them knowing how much visibility they're going to get. Extra special care was taken with this house. And I think that shows in the final result. We have, 45 doors from Garofoli.
The doors are unbelievable. I mean, they are truly works of art.
They're 12 feet tall. Most of them are oak. The white ones I did for the air conditioning units so that people weren't opening those doors, so that they disappeared into the wall, and they did them exactly in the white color that I picked on the walls, which was an RAL 9010 color. That's European coating.
Amazing.
So when you were first thinking about this house, did you have in your mind, I'm going to put 12-foot doors? Or did that just somewhere along?
I did, actually. I said I want frameless floor-to-ceiling doors.
I can't even imagine how much one of those doors cost.
Right. That's true. They're all custom. They took 2 years, really, from the time I went to the factory. So that's because that was my wedding. Right.
Where was this factory?
It was in Italy, north of Tuscany, a couple of hours. So we drove up there first, and right before we got married in Tuscany, and that would have been almost 2 years ago, May. Yeah, 2 years ago this month. Oh my God, my anniversary's coming up.
Oh, it's coming up.
So 2 years ago I was married. And those doors arrived about 2 months ago.
That's unbelievable.
I would think it's going to be.
That is
a year
unbelievable.
Almost 2 years.
Well, that is
incredibly
impressive. Frustrating.
Because I was like, we need the doors, we need the frames, we need the frames.
They can't move on to another scope. Yeah, the drywall step. It's a whole.
So the frames were late. So we had to hold off on that, and then we got the frames, and then we got the slabs. And at the end of it, I called up Dario, and I said, all right, it was worth it. I know I did a lot of barking recently, but they are worth it. Thank you.
Oh, they are spectacular.
So when you're putting together so much that's so unique and so different, is there much pressure? Stress? And all the pieces coming together and something doesn't come together. I know we deal with it in a number of things. And
yeah, I mean, I think the stress, not so much in anything having to do with Poltrona Frau. So they had teams, of people from Italy come and install their product, put together their product. No stress there because I
trusted them.
Stress more so on timelines and deadlines, and you want to get this done. And
Stress on timelines, yeah. The
Yeah.
house is delivered late. I mean, I'm just getting my CO this week, and it's May, so yeah. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the best product ever delivered
yeah.
in West Palm Beach. It's better than my last 2 houses, one of which I live in, that I love, but it's better. It's just better. Every time I'm able to improve based on what I've learned.
Of course.
And based on living in both of the houses I built. Now, I won't live in this one, but when you live in them, you learn, gosh, it would have been a lot better if I made that laundry room bigger.
Yep.
That's tight in my house.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that again. Okay? Like things like this.
Right.
So, because I don't do laundry, I wasn't so focused on the size of the laundry room. It sounds rather bratty, but it's true. And then I think, well, what do I have to lose to get a bigger laundry room in my house? And I would have to lose my assistant's office. So that doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't work.
Right.
Exactly.
So in this house, there's 2 laundry rooms. The upstairs laundry room is bigger than my own laundry room in my house. So just to give you an idea. But everything in this house is bigger, except for, of course, her closet, because there's nothing bigger than my current closet that I've ever done in my entire life than in my current house.
Which is a work of art too.
Yeah, but I realize it doesn't sell. Right. In my last house, the people that bought it were like, what
were you thinking?
Do with this closet? We're here like half the year. Like this is all this space dedicated to the closet. So in a house, you're going to sell. You can't deliver a 1,500 square foot closet.
Yeah.
Because people think, it's like a weight. What am I going to do with it? So I'm going to have a party in my closet.
Yeah.
So I don't do that in a house I know I'm selling, but I did everything else, right? I gave a beautiful office, a gym, a potential guest house, multiple bedrooms, some of which can be converted to other things if they want. A spa that could be converted to a bedroom if you wanted.
Right, giving a little options.
The gym could be converted to a mother-in-law's separate building if you want it separated from the house. Every room has shade pockets, so you can
seamless
black them out or,
all electric and
everything. Yeah, everything is, for privacy or whatever. Everything in the house is meant to be seamless, right? And I think it is the best layout I've ever done. It's definitely the best kitchen. It's really a spectacular kitchen. So I'm super proud of that. It's definitely an amazing, master bedroom. You come around the corner and bam, you're looking right at the best view in West Palm Beach, better than mine. So if I'm looking at Mar-a-Lago like this way, I'm here. The houses in front of me, they're beautiful, but they're not the mansions south of Sloan's Curve where this house sits and looks at. No. It's north of Sloan's Curve, way north of Sloan's Curve. I'm sorry. So there's this group of mansions, where
the old
Rod Stewart lived. And you got Steve Wynn down there. But in between, there's a bunch of billionaires there.
Billionaires Row.
It's Billionaires Row, right? They're people, I don't know, the guy, I'm not sure who owns which house. I get confused, but, they're all like either, whatever.
They're all somebody.
They're all somebody. And it changes.
Yes.
Beautiful lawns, right?
Right.
Beautiful,
manicured
estates that this house looks at, that no other house looks at. It's just perfect place. And on the 3rd floor of the house, you can see the ocean over the houses.
That's like wild to me.
And it's panoramic because I built it forward of the neighbor just enough. And
all
because
those details.
The road goes like this, South Flagler goes like this, and this house is right here. And then it goes back around like this.
Right.
And
it's a special place.
It's furnished with over $1 million worth of furniture is still $3,700 a square foot. You can't even get into any of these new condos for under $5,000.
Isn't that? I mean, I know.
So so there's value in this house, even at this price point, over and above I walk into South Flagler House and I go to the opening party and I look at the finishes. Yes, they're nice.
But
there's nothing is compared to this house. So I think it's meant for the most discerning buyer who's really going to appreciate it. And they're going to come knocking on my door.
I love that.
Any day now.
I know.
They're not
any
right
day
now.
Well, that's a great way to wrap up because I know
One last question.
Okay.
What's next for you?
I was going to.
Yeah, what's next? You're going to stick with television? You got a site on another piece of property?
Piece of land, exactly. Your eyes.
I did get yesterday a couple of leads on land. I have to really think about that. I turned 60 and this is when you say, "Oh my God, you don't look 60
but I know. That's
I know
amazing.
I'm always seeking that compliment. And the thing is, but I am 60. And so the road ahead to how many more summers I have.
Right.
To travel, to enjoy my husband, to spend more time with my kid.
Yep.
That gets smaller. So you really have to think about your priorities. And it is for me, as the AAA type personality that I am, unrealistic to think I could do another one in anything less than, say, 3 years. And I'm not sure I want to be nearing 65 and then just starting.
I understand the completion process.
I want to start to enjoy my life. So I have.
It's a great outlook.
Enjoyed the television, plan to continue doing television, have, the whole team together now, the lawyer, the entertainment lawyer, the manager, the PR person.
You're all
I got my team.
Yep.
And they're working on stuff for me. And Marjorie and I are working on a lot of merchandising opportunities.
Amazing.
Jewelry, bedding, home goods.
I love that you're into that space. We'll have to talk about that again someday because we're kind of doing this.
So when you design your houses, then you'll be calling me to do your bedding and your
I love that.
Towels.
What a great way to evolve. I think that's really amazing.
Yeah. We'll be selling them at a very moderate price point. That's, I'm not looking to be the next Matuk. I want to look like Matuk, but and be available at Home Goods.
I don't blame you.
Right.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, we just had Eastern accents here.
Eastern accents.
Okay.
Great conversation.
Bedding and great factory, family-owned, American company.
Oh, I'll have to look into
I know you'll have to look into them. Well, Hillary, thank you so much for joining us on the iDesign Lab podcast.
Appreciate you being here.
It's my pleasure.
I know. And, your project is exceptional. And we, listen and hope our audience check it out. Because it definitely won't be on the market long.
Yes, just go to my website, Hillary with 1L, Musser Homes. And you can see some videos or my Instagram site.
Your
also,
Instagram is fabulous.
Has 1 million every day. We're posting.
I love your
your Instagram account.
Is very,
I'm not an Instagram follower, but Tiffany shows me because she follows you.
It's really great.
It's a great account. You have a lot of great video.
You.
And your clothes alone are
you're fun to listen to and to watch.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I have a great content person. She's been over there editing those videos right as we speak. And she's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Well, I love that.
Yeah, it's a team effort.
Well, congratulations on all your success. And
thank you.
We look forward to furthering the conversation one day.
Yes, I'd love to do that.
Okay. Thank you for listening to the iDesign Lab podcast.
iDesign Labs podcast is an SW Group production in association with the 5-Star and TW Interiors. To learn more about iDesign Lab or TW Interiors, please visit twinteriors.com.